Yes, guys, so welcome to the Hoffington Post. I am with a big brother right here, Ijah Bogle.
Hey.
And he's going to be telling you about his journey. He's an entrepreneur, he's a creative. He's done a lot of things. I worked with him in the past on many different projects.
We have.
He's even brought me on projects to say, yo, Bill, you need to be on this.
Very much so.
And I definitely know this isn't going to be the last podcast.
No,
It's going to be a whole heap of podcasts with this man. But on this podcast, we're going to be talking about his journey. And introduce yourself.
Okay. Nice to meet you all. I'm Ijah Bogle. I'm a business owner, entrepreneur, a teacher, educator, a dad, a local pillar of my community, whatever, a normal guy.
He says normal.
Yeah, I class myself. I'm very, very normal. I've done a lot, but I'm very normal.
Bro.
I'm very, very normal. This is a company that I've helped kind of expand. This is Ascend. Currently, we're in Lab Studios, which is a part of Ascend. We're an educational establishment where we work with young people and adults who need like an alternative vision to help educate them so they can't manage in a mainstream setting, so to speak. We work in small groups. We work around sort of the holistic approach, so caring. It's almost like care wrapped around in education as well. And yeah, we're all about giving people a platform to kind of not only get educated, but create something for themselves. Right about now we're in the music studio, well, part of the music studio. I was going to say we can have that joke about, because I'm sure that you want to conduct this in the music studio.
Yeah, I want to do it. The studio looks sick.
No, the studio's amazing. But as a fellow creative, I knew where this creative's mind was going, and I knew he'd want to put me in the music studio. Now I'm honestly going to profess, I know nothing. I love music. I know about music. I can talk about music all day. But in regards to music production, I don't know anything. I can just about put a Mac on. I kid you not. And I just had visions of you wanting me to sit here pretending like I can play pianos and pressing all these little fancy buttons that he's got here. Me kind of, turn the sound up. Brethren, no, I'm not that guy. I'm seriously not that guy. I can just about put the Mac on and put YouTube on. That's probably...
Listen.
So I'm glad we chose
You're out here and doing bits.
Okay.
And that's amazing.
Well, like I said...
You got another business as well.
Okay, yeah, of course. Yeah, I was going to say, I also
out.
got a barbershop, Ugly Boy Barbers. I'm hoping you're going to do one of these fancy things. I've always wanted to say this as well, by the way. So it's Ugly Boy Barbers, caption here.
I'll put it in.
We're going to put it. He's going to put it. We get Ugly Boy Barbers, at Ugly Boy Barbers down there, which is a barbershop based in the Queen's Head area of Birmingham. Haircuts for all. It's a wonderful space. So yeah, I've also got the barbershop as well. I don't cut hair. I get asked that a lot as well. How do you own a barbershop and you don't cut hair? Why do you own a barbershop and you don't cut hair?
Listen, you're an entrepreneur. Cool. You're a business.
I also like getting my hair cut as well. I was like the flyers to the flyers. So that's another reason.
So, like, with your journey, like, how did you start in business?
In business, okay. So it's been, I think my life in general has just been like, I tell people all the time, like a lot of the stuff I can never remember because it's been, I move so fast that I don't really have time to move backwards. So to speak, you're probably the same.
Yeah.
Like, so you forget large parts of stuff. So even when you were saying, for instance, that I put you onto something, that was what Dad in the Human Zoo.
Was like a long time
I can't remember, dude. I can't remember. There's so much about that I can't. No, seriously. There's so much. I know it was wicked. I know we had a great time. I even drove past, the little school where we was based. I drove past the other day and I was like, oh wow, we shut down in the Human Zoo with me. Yeah. But like so much aspects of that because you're moving so fast. That's what I'm saying, Dudley. That's what you do. That you just can't remember.
Yeah, there was loads, man.
Do you get what I'm saying? And there's always key sort of parts when I'm telling a story that, or if I've met somebody and I'm trying to draw inspiration, and I just can't remember because
you're moving. You're constantly
moving. You're seeing faces, you're meeting people. It's absolutely crazy. So I think the whole entrepreneurial side has always kind of been in there. Within me. I've had many a normal job like everyone. So since leaving, when I left school, I had no aspirations to go to university until I was sort of late to mid 20s. I graduated at 27. All my friends were like 17, 18, 19 in class, and at that point I had a house, I had a mortgage, I had a job, and it was just for me. I just wanted to get something that would help me progress, and I thought at the time a degree would do that. And obviously that's how I fell in love with Wolverhampton, and another story. And obviously worked in Wolverhampton and went to uni and stuff there. And then it was just off the back of that I was one of the lucky ones, and someone always has to be the lucky one. That kind of, when I graduated from university, I kind of fell straight into TV. I didn't even go to my graduation. Like, seriously, I didn't. I'll be honest with you. I didn't. I know I got nothing wrong with it. I'd love to. My mum. I'd love to give my mom that picture, everyone's got with the cat. Yeah. I ain't got that. I'll be honest with you, I did because I chose to work. And it was just like as soon as I graduated or the day after I officially finished, I had a job. I was that one. It was like cool, go work for the BBC, and I was like, whoa, well, cool. See, I'm going, and I was at that point in my life, sort of 27, that kind of I could see past the cap and gown sort of thing. I just wanted to start working and start grafting and stuff, and then I sort of fell in the TV industry from there, and it's just sort of it just moved so quick in regards to that. But I always had the entrepreneurial side. I always wanted like the idea of owning my own business and stuff, and it's just kind of working in the TV, navigating my way around that, different jobs, different roles. Obviously, we cross paths, and like I said, for me, I always had that sort of inner aspiration to want to own something, own my own thing, or if I have. At the time, obviously, I would think if I had kids, I'd want to leave them something or something that they could call their own. And then, like I said, the Ugly Boy Barbers thing kind of, again, has got a story in itself. So the name is derives from an entertainment company that I used to have when I was like 17, 18 with two of my best friends. When I moved to London, actually. Again, there's another story that I can't remember. 17, 18, I moved. I was in college studying performing arts. At the time, I thought, you know what, I think I've seen all of Birmingham, and it was just so small. I was like, I want to see the big city. So I kind of moved to London for 3 years, made some friends, studied down there, and I started this entertainment company called Ugly Boy Entertainment, hence where Ugly Boy Barbers comes from, and it's just part of me, hence Ijah Ugly Boy on Instagram, on Facebook and stuff like that. It's just, again, part of me. So when I got to the point, fast forward, when I got to the point to own my own business, the Ugly Boy thing had to be in there because that's something that's kind of been part of my life for 9 or 20 years. So, but yeah, we could just go on forever in regards to that. But yeah, so it's always been in me to kind of own a business. And like I was saying, like people tell me why own a barbershop and why not? Obviously, it's from a business standpoint, it's future proof. We've got boys. I've got a boy. I don't know if it's common knowledge. I know, but boys are always going to need haircuts. So for me, we're always going to need barbers, aren't we? Yeah. And it's I'm not going to lie. It's been a struggle for all businesses right by now with the whole pandemic and stuff. But we just have to keep fighting. And I tell my staff, I tell myself a lot that it's going to get back to how it was, hopefully, if not better. But it's all about us just doing that, and we just got to make sure we kind of look after our own well-being. Times are hard for all businesses, all business owners, or workers. You know, the unemployment rate's going to go through the roof. But I just think, and I've always said this, I said this at the start of the pandemic, obviously we're going through it still now, but and I'll say at the end, we have to kind of gather around us as a society and hug ourselves and kind of look after ourselves more. I think we are. I think we're doing it. We're doing way more than we used to, but I think a lot more needs to be done.
Yeah, definitely. So can you give us an example in your business where you've come across a stumbling block and you've had to resolve that? Because we all have like problems within business, or when you first start, you might not know everything, but you just jump in and you just make things happen. So. I think for me, every day almost we get stumbling blocks. I'm going to watch what I say in regards to sort of barbers are a complex. I was going to say beast, but it makes it hard. Barbers are complex individuals. So for me, it's kind of I have a revolving door, but I've had a lot of staff, so to speak. So and it's not that I'm a bad person to work with. I think I'm quite brilliant to work with, but I would say that being biased, I'm modest. But I just think barbers are a certain kind of person, which I've learned to understand now. So it's just kind of keeping them and having. I remember the first week I was due to open, for instance, I had 2 barbers agreed to work on the shop. Both of them let me down the week before, so I had to put the opening back by a week. And it was just, even then, that should have kind of been like a red flag in regards to how barbers are. And it's just kind of looking at the point now, we have some amazing barbers who are really loyal and really friendly. But I've worked with tons of barbers who aren't, who just kind of got their own thing and wanted. And by all means, I'm all for barbers doing their own thing. When anybody works for me, I'm a realist. I'll be like, look, it's not about you. You're not working for me. You're working with me. I also understand if I was a barber, I'd want to work in a shop for a few years, then I want to get my own shop, I want to have my own business, and I completely understand that. And like I said, I've always worked with barbers and stuff, but finding regular barbers or reliable barbers is quite hard. And that's something that's been a stumbling block throughout. But like I said, I'm passionate about having a great space. I'm passionate about owning a business, and I'm passionate about just making it a success. So I'll keep fighting to the end. So like, in your entrepreneur journey, what would you say is the most important lesson that you have learned?
Other than
so far, I know we learn every single day.
So far, obviously getting your finance right, making sure that obviously you don't overstretch yourself. Having a good accountant also, definitely. And then just understanding the business side of it and the money side of it. I suppose the monetary value of everything is kind of a key thing. Obviously, I've never been a person who's sort of money driven, but obviously understand that you do have to make money and that we're all in it to make money. And that obviously you need to have your finances in order. It's like a massive thing. Yeah.
I'd say that was probably one of my massive stumbling blocks.
Of course, yeah.
To begin with.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, let's create.
And that's the thing. That's the education thing, because we're not told about how to. Unless you know somebody who owns a business.
Yeah.
And can give you that sort of game. It's kind of hard to kind of understand the value of stuff, or how I get this money, or what do I do with it? How do I pay my taxes? Do I have a business bank? Do I have a business bank manager? All those things that you just have to figure out. Obviously, I've got friends and family who work in the industry, but again, we just think we know everything. And it's just, but life's all about learning lessons. So we're growing all the time and evolving all the time. So that's really important.
Definitely. So where do you see yourself in like 5 years' time?
Oh wow,
big question.
I was gonna say. Hopefully doing something that I still enjoy, because I'm big on that. So if I don't enjoy something, no matter how much money you're paying me or what you're paying me, you can't keep it. You can't, because I have to have a level of enjoyment. I'm not one of these. I've had jobs where you literally have to drag yourself out of bed in the morning just to be there, and I don't work like that anymore. Yeah. In 5 years' time, who knows? I'd love to do a bit more work around education. Obviously, I'm in education at the moment alongside my business and stuff, but I'd love to do something similar to this, what we're doing at the moment with the Send, but something larger where we're able to help more kids and more young people and stuff. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe going back and doing a bit of stuff around TV again. Because that's always a little burning desire. Because I've been at the TV industry for about 4 years now. And like I said, I love the industry. I love everything about the industry. I love. Oddly, apart from watching TV, I don't watch TV, and it was mad. Even when I was at university, obviously studying video production and TV production and stuff. Yeah, I didn't watch any TV, so
serious.
I'm semi-ashamed, or I'm not ashamed to say.
Don't be ashamed.
I've never watched the episode of Top One.
No, I haven't either.
I watched a little bit of Power, and the thing is, I don't intend to watch them.
I'm just too busy. Got things like. With that like the industry, because we want to create things.
Because people in the industry, people immediately think that we have to watch all these things. Oh, you don't watch this, And I'm like, even when I was in university, my lecturer used to look at me like sideways when I'd be like, Bridget, I've not watched Avatar, I've not watched Lord of the Rings, and it's just like literally, like, what you not doing? So why are you working in TV? Because I'm creative. I want to create that. I don't want to watch it. I want to create that.
You want to create. Making sure the lights are like that, making sure the audio's in the right place.
And not just that as well. Once you work in the industry and you see all the little hidden tricks, kills the vibe. Like I remember working on Coronation Street, and out of all the things, one of the last few little things I'd watch was Coronation Street. But once you kind of break it down, it's just like, well, there's a geezer under the table with a boom. I probably shouldn't say that. With a boom mic and stuff, and you go into the Rovers Returns, and if you turn your back, you can see the rest of the set that isn't finished, and it's just, it's all camera tricks, and it's lovely, but it kind of kills the magic of TV. Yeah. Because there's no magic there.
But you get to create that, having that.
Well, that illusion is kind of, you get to create that illusion.
And then the viewers get to feel that emotion.
Yes, of course.
That stuff. That's what I love about it.
Yeah,
and that's what you love about it.
Yeah, and that's what I miss as well. Yeah. That's what I miss as well, because I'm also a jealous son of a gun as well, because I see stuff and I'm like, I should have made that. Like seriously, like I used to want to be like a singer, like back in the day, and when I watch like award shows and stuff, I can't watch them because I get so jealous. I'm like, I'd love to be doing that. So it's the same now. So I'd rather not watch the Top Boy, because if I watch that, I'd be like, I could have made that.
Yeah, literally.
So it's just sort of, but I rate what all those shows are doing, and obviously I know how powerful shows like that are and what they're doing for the culture and stuff like that. But like I said, from a personal standpoint, I'd rather create than watch.
So, what advice would you give to a young entrepreneur, or even an older entrepreneur, information that you didn't know?
Again, just do your research just around things like your tax. I'd say any grants or anything that you're entitled to. I'd say kind of all the boring stuff that a lot of people don't really like to consider. Just either get somebody to do that for you, or just educate yourself on it. Educate yourself. It's good. It's always good to know all aspects, whether or not you can do those jobs. So like say something like tax, whilst I can't necessarily completely use all the systems and stuff, I know how it works. So just kind of get a little bit of insight into all the little avenues and all the little avenue streams and stuff. And always look to expand, and just any little things that can different revenue streams. I've always been big on that. Even when I was at university, just even having 2-3 jobs, you should always have different sort of revenue streams.
Yeah. So what do you think makes up an entrepreneur? And there's going to be loads of things, but I want you to just pick 3 things.
Passion is passion for anything, passion for something. Is a key. Hard work is again across the board, all streams. Hard work is crucial. And determination because there's going to be dark days. Like I said, we're going for a pandemic right about now, so I think hopefully we're coming out the other side of it, but there's dark, and there will be dark days ahead. So determination is key as well. So definitely. Those 3 things I'd say contribute to making an entrepreneur. Maybe £1 million, maybe money in the bank, unlimited avenues for money, maybe.
So with yourself, I know that you're a very positive person.
Yes.
How do you keep up your level of enthusiasm and positivity?
Well, I think we all have down days.
Yeah,
we all do.
We do.
Yeah.
But it's about how do we make sure we top ourselves up to make sure, you know what, boom.
Well, I'm all for physical education, so I like going to the gym and stuff. So we had a conversation about that. I'm all for that. But I've always been quite a positive person anyway. I mean, even when I wanted to be an actor like many moons ago, you'd always. I remember my tutor always mentioned about sort of your game face or like your Mickey Mouse face. So you should always be smiling. So even when if something's bothering you, okay, we shouldn't internalize everything. But if something's bothering you, I shouldn't be conveying that onto you. So it's the same in education. So if I'm in a bad mood or something's happened, I can't let that interrupt my day. That shouldn't impede on somebody's learning. You shouldn't know that I've had a bad day because it's not your fault. Obviously, I have to. Whilst it's not great to internalize things, the show must go on, so to speak. Obviously, it can't come across. So you shouldn't be able to know that I've had a bad day. And I always try and remain positive. And there's always, I don't know, there's always worse things, isn't there? And I always, obviously, we've all had low points. We've all had days where we don't feel great, but tomorrow's a new day, man. And we can make change. Just as corny and as cliche as that sounds, it is always another day. So you can always change it, so to speak. So
I definitely totally agree with you there. It's definitely. It's also, how would you deal with like the down days?
It's quite easy now. I'll be honest. It's a lot easier. I've got my son. So I've got a family. I can't have down days. I can't because when you create something so beautiful, my son is beautiful. Like all kids are beautiful, but my son's like, I know. Again, we're all gonna bias, but I look at him and even sometimes I'm like, how have I made this thing? Like seriously, because I just from day dot, and I'll show you some pictures, but from day dot, I'm just like, yo, like how? Sometimes I was looking, I'm like, I don't even know. He's having in mind. I'm like, no, because I'm a handsome guy, but yo, this boy's like too pretty. I'm just like sometimes, and obviously that's testament to his mum, no doubt. But
you want to take all the credit.
But sometimes I do look and I'm like, well, it's kind of got my hair still. And it's just sort of, but I can't have down days when you create something. And like I said, we were talking about it before, and I've said it before. No matter what I've created, and I don't think I've created anything too amazing, but any achievements that I've got, he supersedes them all. So my greatest creation, my greatest achievement is my son. And like I said, I'll put everything into my kids, and I'll make sure that he has anything he needs, or the best life and the most love around him. But you can't have down days when you've got kids, because it's just sort of
picks you up so much.
It does, and also you've got to understand that as a father and as a parent, you've got a job to make sure your child has the best quality of life. That's so young, they don't know anything, and they look to you for guidance, they look for you for food, they look for you for warmth, for emotion, for love. So you can't have down days. I don't want any of my emotions ever be conveyed onto my child. Because he just wants to laugh and play. And when you've got a child who just wants to laugh and play all the time, 6:20 this morning, daddy get up, and he wants to play and stuff. You can't have down days, no matter how tired. And like a sleepy gotch, and he wants to play Fireman Sound at 6 o'clock. You just got to keep going, man. You just got to, and obviously I know you'll agree, and all the parents out there will agree as well. Like they're our future, man, and we gotta raise them well, man, and we gotta make sure that they've got all the tools to be a success in life. So definitely. That's down to us. That's down to us. One of our many jobs as parents.
So like through the pandemic, a lot of businesses are folding, and loads of new ones are starting. People are figuring out ways to guide themselves through the pandemic. What advice would you give to an entrepreneur that wants to start now, or to a business owner that to a business owner that wants to start a company now?
Again, I would say do your research. So you've got to be due diligent in all of that, and make sure you know what you're offering is different to your competitors, so to speak. So for instance, if you're buying a shop that's just folded, or a business that's gone out of business, I wouldn't necessarily do the same sort of thing. I'd look at the area they were in. Also, I would bear in mind just what's going on with the pandemic, because it just, and that's making the questions are hard to answer. It's just, from my standpoint, I don't think I'd consider opening, other than an educational business, I don't think I'd consider opening a business just in the current climate, because everything is just so, it just changes like a revolving door. This is tier 1, 2. I know we said we wouldn't talk COVID, and we somehow have, it's a massive part of business now, because we're all suffering and we're all going through these things. I know Richie Sunak yesterday mentioned about more money being made available for businesses in tier 2 and tier 3 restricted areas. But it just changes. The landscape's just changing day by day. So you'd say go into something that's more like educational. Maybe, because ultimately the things around education always has to, and so it should. It has to keep going. It has to keep going, because it's what our young people need, and it's what for us to get through it, for us to build more, for us to create more infrastructure, more jobs. Education is key to all of that. So I'd probably look at something around education, maybe, or maybe hang fire for a bit. Everyone's completely different. I don't, like I said, right about now is probably the hardest time. Another entrepreneur might tell you something different, but I just think with the landscape changing all the time, we don't know what's going to happen for Christmas, for instance. Yeah, of course. And it's kind of, I don't want to, I tell people all the time when I'm talking about it, I try and sound as positive as possible. We don't know. I'm a realist. Like, we don't know what's happening. We don't know what's happening in January. So I just think for me, from a business standpoint, I wouldn't consider sort of doing anything around opening. Just for now. Yeah, just for now.
So yes, bro, we're gonna just wrap this up, because I wanna make sure that you get the coverage you need. So I want people to follow you, follow the business that you're doing. Yep. Because I know that you're doing amazing things for the community. Yeah, very much so. Once again, like I said, this ain't gonna be the last podcast.
Oh no, we're doing way more. We need to, because like I said,
we're gonna come up with a series.
We can do something. What's your cooking skills like? Because I can cook like.
I can cook. I can cook. Nah. Don't even say that. I was not a good cook. I'm a sick cook.
I was gonna say, because I can cook. In my head, I can cook everything. So I tell people like cooking's like a science, and I think it's probably not the case, by the way. I must say. But in my head, I literally think, bro, I can cook anything. Yo, just give me some ingredients. I'm cooking it. And probably whether it turns out good or not is a different thing. But in my head, for real, like genuinely, I think I can cook everything.
I can cook. I can definitely cook. I've gone veggie though.
Okay, no, I've seen all that. But
I've been making some fire like.
Oh no,
I've been making some meals.
Vegan, veggie, and vegan and pescatarian's the way forward. Like, I personally was raised pescatarian, so meat came into my life like quite late on. So, but I could easily, from a personal standpoint, I can do it, and I can see.
That might be a show us having to do some cooking then.
Maybe. But like I said, there's loads of stuff we can do, and it definitely won't be the first and the last time. And like I said, I'm so proud of you, man, because like I said, I've seen all. I've been watching it all and watching all the content you've been getting at, and I've said that you found your calling. So this isn't gonna be the first or the last.
How can the viewers get to you?
Okay, so
everything.
Okay, so
you're getting plugged in.
I'm plugging
information in the description.
So my personal page is you can get me on Instagram. So insert here. I'm quite corny. It's at Ijah. Trust me, if you type Ijah in, I'll probably show up in the top 5 of it, because there's not very many Ijahs. At Ijah_Ugly Boy. You can follow my shop, Barbers, which is at Ugly Boy Barbers. Where we are at the moment, we're at Ascend, which is ASCEND official, and then you can follow the studio, the Lab Studios, at the Lab Studios on Instagram. You can get me on Facebook, but don't probably use it as much. Instagram's probably the best place to get hold of me. Again, yeah, you can hit me up any questions or anything anyone's got. I'm always willing to help, always willing to guide, and it doesn't cost a penny to be nice to people. So
serious.
I'm one of those.
This man, you come such a long way, and
yes,
I'm proud of you watching you set up one thing and then another thing, and you're just grafting and you're putting the time.
It's all about it, and like I said, I'm just all about trying to make a change and make a difference and stuff.
100%.
Yeah, we need another show just with all the stories alone.
100%.
Danny and the Human Zoo days.
Bro, that was
crazy. And that in itself. Can you
remember?
The
Santander advert.
No, I forgot you did that. See, that's what I mean. I've never done that in Shrewsbury, innit?
The Tresemme advert.
You did that with me,
bro.
Oh, with me. Oh my god. Okay. As if you just reminded me of that.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
But we were
but just for the views. So who was I on that? Can you remember? Oh my god.
Yeah, you was wearing.
I was a model. Oh my god, that's another story. I was the model with the no clothes on.
Yeah.
No, like
you had your
what were you even doing? Because like I said, we met on that.
I was working with the Gate film.
You were working with the Gate, yeah. Because I went on to work with the Gate as well. It's just kind of, but that's mad. I forgot we met that way. Like obviously, And I can't even believe I even got a gig. I don't get a gig as a resume as a half naked.
Yeah.
Like an Egyptian something.
No, the Egyptians.
Yeah.
Formby
Beach, innit? Formby Beach in Liverpool, innit?
Yeah.
How did I got a little something? I was a lot younger than days. How am I didn't see what I mean? But I've done so much stuff that I can't even remember.
Serious?
Like
we just go in. Boom, boom,
seriously,
boom, boom, boom,
I can't remember. I need to find those pictures, man.
Yo,
good with those spears, innit? Yeah.
So yes, viewers, yes, listeners, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below of any questions that you got for me or for Ijah. We're here to help. We're here to support. We're here to show love. So. Please do subscribe. Share this with a friend.
Yep.
Because this information is for everyone really, and I want to make it educational and entertaining as possible. Ijah's defo going to be back on.
Definitely. And I was going to say, if we can get, I don't know how it works. How many likes do we need?
You shout.
If we can get 2,000 likes to this video, we're gonna find that Tresemme commercial, and we're gonna. I don't because I want to see myself though. We're gonna find that Tresemme commercial.
Bro, I've got it.
Seriously, okay, he's found it already. Seriously, you know I'm crazy. I've never seen it.
Yeah,
never seen it. Okay, we'll do.
It's on my LinkedIn.
Oh my. Okay.
It's in my LinkedIn.
Am I in it? Am I in it?
Yeah, you're in it, bro.
Okay, well, I'm not in it, but I've never seen. Okay, cool.
Yeah, but
okay,
yeah,
I was gonna say 2,000 likes. If that's more my fans or don't have any fans or people who know me, we'll dig out this Tresemme commercial, and it's a good.
That is good, man.
About 10 years ago, man.
About 8.
About 8 years ago.
Now probably about 9.
About 9-10 years ago. Me and some Egyptian robe looking. I don't even know, looking all crazy, bro. looking all hella crazy. So yeah, if we can get 2,000 likes, we'll put that somewhere.
Yo, much love, bro.
Very much
I
so.
appreciate it. Thank you very much for locking in, people. This is the Hoffington Post. Take care, and I'll see you on the next show.